Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on HTML, and right now we'll be talking about the use of HTML ID attribute inside the JavaScript. The ID attribute can also be used by JavaScript to perform some tasks for that specific element. JavaScript can access an element with a specific ID with the get element by ID method. So quickly, let's use this method to get our element. For example, use the ID attribute to manipulate text with JavaScript. As you can see, we are having our opening and closing script tag, which is for the JavaScript to be able to write this function. So this function, we are going to write it, do everything right here. Let's quickly show you how it works. And don't forget, if you don't understand this yet, you will learn more about our JavaScript, about all these things in our JavaScript full tutorial in later future. And also you can check our HTML JavaScript chapter for now to be able to get any little JavaScript we can quickly use to manipulate your document as for now. So quickly, let's get back to our document to see what we are having. Right now we are having this in our document in our previous tutorial. We don't know how we get here. You can check our previous tutorial on it. As you can see, this is taking us from page 1 to page 2, page 3. So you can check our previous tutorial on where we discuss about HTML bookmark. That's where you can find this takes you to page 2, this way to page 1, page 1 takes you to page 2. So it's taking you to from here to there. It's navigating you all around, so you can check that tutorial. So quickly, what we want to do now is that this have a nice page wow.html right here. You want to change it, so we want to change it using JavaScript. Quickly, what we are going to do is that that's what we want to do today. So quickly write your script tag. So the script tag for us to be able to use JavaScript. So now inside this place, let's write function. When we write the function, to be fast, use any name that you want, like right here. Use it like change me. You can going to write change me. When you write the change me inside this place, it doesn't need parameter. Delete all the, and now let's write document dot get element by ID. Document dot get element by what? By ID. Inside this place, we want to specify the ID that we want to get, which is this. Inside this, we are trying to specify that we need any element that is having ID. We have already specified ID inside our h2 tag here. We want to copy it so that it will not give you error, because you need to have the exact ID name here. So when we are having the exact ID name here, we are going to add this dot inner dot HTML. When you write inner dot HTML, you are trying to tell it that enter our document, check all our documents, get any element there that is having element that is having ID. This one hand here. Now we are now opening and closing that we want to specify the ID that we are talking about. So the ID we are talking about is this. Any element that is having this kind of ID inside there, we are now saying again, we end that topic again, we are now saying inner HTML. This inner the HTML, that is inside the HTML elements again. Now change anything. That's we want to say is equal to. This is equal to means change any element, any text inside the HTML tag to this let's give it capital letter, our new page. Change is equal to, we're not saying inside the HTML, inside the HTML tag, change any words inside it to what? To our new page. So now when we save our document, nothing is going to happen yet. Can you see? We reload and nothing happened yet. So quickly, this is what you are going to do. You are going to be able to use this, we need to use a button. So when we use a button, that's when we will be able, let's give it a name, click to hide me. So to hide things, let's just write to hide things there. So quickly, I'm trying to be fast so you can understand this. You now copy this function. When you copy this function, you will now use on click attribute here. Inside this on click attribute from the HTML, you are going to place the function. So now when you save, as you can see, this is what we are using to call the function. We want to call the function. That's why. So now when we call the function is the inside the HTML, now we are able to call the function. This is where we define the function and we are trying to call it. This is where we are calling it now. We are calling it with a button. So yeah, if we don't call it, there's no way it can work. So now let's come back here and reload our document. We are having a button at the top. As you can see, we are having a button. When we click this one is going to, this page here is going to change. But now let's click it. When we click it, as we have already clicked it, can you see this one is changing now, our new page? So now let's reload our document. Can you see it's come back? So now for you to see what I'm demonstrating very well, you can copy this button right here and take it straight down to the page you are trying to change, so you can be able to see what we are doing very well, so that you know that we are not performing magic. So now when we click it, can you see it changed our text? Can you see when we reload again, when we click it, it changed our text? That's what we are trying to do. We're not trying to perform any magic. You can place your button anywhere you want. That's what we are trying to do. This is what we use to call the JavaScript function. I want you to understand this very well. And what we are trying to say now, enter our HTML elements and get any element by ID, any element that is having this kind of ID, and the ID, this one that is having the ID, as you can see, it have highlighted itself quickly. So that's what we are trying to say. Don't forget, if you don't use these double quotes, it will never work. So let's save it and reload our document. It will never work. When we click it now, can you see it's not working because our ID is having double quotes in it. So that's how it is working. I think we are done right now. And what akorede ayofe is mining. But before I go, let me quickly show you our chapter summary. This is our chapter summary. We have talked about the ID attribute is used to specify a unique ID for an HTML element, and the value of the ID attribute must be unique within the HTML document. The ID attribute is used by CSS and JavaScript to style and select a specific element. The value of the ID attribute is case sensitive. The ID attribute is also used to create HTML bookmarks. JavaScript can access an HTML and can access an element with a specific ID with get element by ID method, which we just use right now. So we have finished this chapter. Also, we have used our get element by ID. So I hope you understand this. When you define your JavaScript, you have to call it, so you can call it anywhere and use your whatsoever. Now we use button to call it. So and what akorede is mining. I wish to see you guys next time. Don't forget what we have done so far. We did this, we changed it, but let's say let me put this thing back. The reason why it's not showing, it's not working now, I didn't know. So let's reload it. Reload the document and click it. As you can see, it's changing. So I wish to see you guys next time. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.